from Paris. A very good afternoon to you, Simon. A very interesting development.
Yes, a major development, Vuyo. Just to be clear, I'm about 2 hours north of Paris, and I'll explain where I am in a moment. But the news from Paris is very important, and it's been disclosed to me within the last hour by the prosecutor's office, which has been overseeing the French investigation into Nathi Mthethwa's death. They say now categorically that French media reports a week ago, late Monday going into Tuesday, that the ambassador's phone, one of his 2 cell phones, had been recovered in the Bois de Boulogne, a pretty unsafe big wooded area in the centre of Paris. Very nice by day, but completely unsafe at night, and not a very salubrious location either. Those reports were wrong. It was also incorrectly reported by French media that police, because they had found that phone in the Bois de Boulogne, then started searching the Bois de Boulogne for the ambassador. They tell me this afternoon here that the only movement from the ambassador on Monday was when he departed the ambassador's residence in Paris and then made his way straight to the Hyatt Regency Hotel about 1 kilometre away from the residence. You can walk it in 25 minutes. I don't know how he got to the Hyatt Regency, whether he was driven there or indeed walked it himself. But police now say that was the only movement of the ambassador exactly 1 week ago. We know that it's almost precisely a week. It will be in 90 minutes' time that the ambassador last Monday left his residence in Paris, telling his wife that he was heading out to attend a cocktail reception. The next thing that we knew, of course, was that Philisiwe Buthelezi Mthethwa, the ambassador's now widow, raised the alarm later in the evening when he didn't come home. And now we know categorically that he went straight to the Hyatt Regency Hotel, where at some point, we don't know at what time, either late on Monday or in the early hours of Tuesday, he appears to have taken his own life. I got off the phone just a few minutes ago with Dr. Sfiso Buthelezi, the family's spokesman, broke the news to him that the police were now absolutely clear that both the ambassador's cell phones had been recovered at the Hyatt Regency, and he told me that he was in a meeting at the time, but he told me that he was going immediately to contact Mrs. Mthethwa to share that news with her, because it is an important aspect of the investigation. There were anxieties and concerns as to why that phone might have been found in the Bois de Boulogne. It is not the kind of place you want to go walking at night. And Mrs. Mthethwa last week was, I think it's fair to say, worried about those reports and uncertain where the phone had been recovered. They did not have, the family, as far as I'm aware, transparency from the police about it. They had had the phones returned to them along with the ambassador's belongings. They presumed that those phones had been found at the hotel, but when we discussed those reports in the French media that a phone had been found in the Bois de Boulogne, they also said they wanted to go and get clarity. So now we have that clarity. The ambassador's phones were with him at all times, and the only journey that he made last Monday was from his residence to the Hyatt Regency. So that is another pertinent fact in the investigation that the French authorities are conducting, and that will at some point be joined by the 5 senior investigators from the South African Police Service, who we were told, of course, on Friday were going to arrive here in France over the weekend. But in fact, they are still in South Africa, we have learnt today, trying to secure the appropriate paperwork from the French authorities to journey here. So that's the news of this hour, that we can rule out categorically any suggestion that the ambassador went anywhere near the Bois de Boulogne, that large wooded area, last Monday.
Clarity, it may be news, it may be a sermon, but it definitely adds to the intrigue and mystery, doesn't it?